Alrighty, what's going on, guys? This is very specifically for concrete business owners who are all in. Concrete Two Cities can help you cement your success. By now, you understand I am Justin K. If you've been following us for a while, if this is your first time tuning in, fantastic. It's a real pleasure to introduce myself. So, what you'll want to do is you can go through, check out some of the stuff that we have been able to help business owners with, specifically guys who are in concrete, just like you. If that's you who are watching this, I greatly appreciate it. So, if you're a concrete business owner fully committed to growing your business, this video is for you. And if you see me looking up here, Concrete Two Cities specializes in helping passionate professionals. Now, you can join us for pure insights, just actionable strategies, and real case studies to transform your mind around online business partnerships. So my screen is up here. I'm reading it. It's split screen. So that's where my eyes will be wandering. But if you are one of those people who I mentioned, a concrete business owner, please tune in. So we talked about the BMF mindset. It's passion meets permission, giving yourself that permission. So the concrete industry thrives on contractors who we see that are working with us. They pour their heart and soul into this. They've been doing it their whole entire lives, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in the industry. Those guys are very passionate about it. They live and breathe it, see it as a calling in their life, not just say a job. Those are the guys that we love to partner with. That's why I'm bringing it up, and they give it their all every single day. Our mission is to give permission to have us join your crew this season with strategies to transform your long-term dedication in the concrete industry and align it with the digital economy, meaning outside of just the concrete side, there's a whole ecosystem with digital. And if you can follow me now, and if you want, join me and the Concrete Two Cities crew into diving into some of the stats and things that you need to focus on, especially when it comes to the digital side of things. Why lead generation is your business lifehood. So lead value, generate a consistent flow of qualified prospects through targeted digital campaigns. So advertisements, videos, social media, you probably see us do it. And that's essentially what we're working on helping you set up. So then from there, what we want to do is essentially track our conversions, track your price to acquire for a customer, cost to acquire a customer. I've gone into this. We want to figure out what those metrics are very specifically for you. Then it's like, okay, we understand what we're spending. We understand what it's generating us. We understand what it's costing us to get that driveway, patio, sidewalk, other flat work to be poured. Now let's 10x, 100x, and go get what I know or what you know is to be possible for your company. And then, track the project revenue that goes on both sides of the equation, meaning like if we bring someone from online into a poured project with you, essentially we want to track that. So then again, it goes back to our conversion rates. And then, obviously how many leads do we need to really replicate the cycle? As you can see, it's just a feedback loop. So a case study here, $80,000 in projects in just 3 months. This is coming from the project manager of this company. I mean, we've been working with them for many years now, and this is just over the last 3 months of what we've been able to do. So the PM quoted, 80K in residential projects that have been poured. We have data on 120 appointments. So what they have spent on advertising dollars is right around 11K, meaning a 7.3 ROI on their advertising budget. And this is simply from April 1st, 2025 to June 24th, 2025. So those are the date ranges of this occurring. I mean, we have older data, but it's still really cool to just get things that are recent, fresh. It's the peak time, the peak season. It's always a great time to get on your game, revolutionizing the game from cementing a real life legacy in person all the way into the digital ecosystem to bring in new customers where you can continue to then cement your online legacy. Again, they've been working with us since about 2020. So the winning formula behind their success, Here at Concrete Two Cities, we understand concrete. I've done it residentially, poured it starting at the age of 12, did some highway heavy curb and gutter stuff, and understood that there are a lot of you guys who are needing a crew member like myself that can just digitalize it, because we're only going to continue to speed this journey up, and we're just going to continue to know more and more about it to serve you if you decide to join us. Now, improvements, we're always wanting to make improvements, whether that's to the website, ads, responses, your brand, and your message. So the cool thing about the 80K thing is, are you someone who wants to make it up in volume, or do you have a lot of commercial work on the books that you guys are doing? You're just slowly looking to keep the guys busy a couple days of the week with some residential filler work. So 120 appointments to then generate, say each project, for example, was 10K, say it was only 8 projects. The numbers, they might be a little different, but just regardless of that, say it was only 8 projects, that's just because they have, or this specific company has, a lot of commercial stuff on their books that they're working on. They just need some filler work, so they're going to bid the residential high just to keep it flowing, 1, and then 2, to be able to keep the guys moving and busy if they have some sort of delays or can handle both things, you know what I mean? So those are the improvements that we want to be making. And then knowing advertising campaigns, again, knowing your company, meaning like, are you after it in volume? Because 120 projects or 120 estimates, say you're the median, you're not more so on the high end, maybe you got a few more of those, maybe you got 20 of the 120, or maybe you're on the lower end and you can get 50 to say 100 out of the 120. Now, I get those probabilities are going to all vary and differ, just because it's coming back to how you set up your brand, your messaging, which Concrete Two Cities is here to help you with. And then ultimately, the winning formula here is to understand our cost to acquire a customer, which I have already mentioned. Taking the example of 11K to 80K, say they did 50% margins, there's your return on, say, profits. But with that being said, do we want to double, if not triple, if not quadruple those appointment numbers? If so, we want to spend more, right? So then from there, we want to know, like, are we in a big enough city to do so, or do we just burn our advertising budget out because we're hitting the same, 250,000 people over and over and over and over again? So actionable insights for your concrete business: invest into your company, focus on your budget, on customers who schedule a time to meet with you in regards to a project estimate. So we want to speed them up from the digital space and get them more so into meeting with you versus like a bunch of inconvenience of texting back and forth, calling. We only want to go after people who are very likely to want to meet with you, so then that way we can just speed up the process for you, along with why it brings us into step number 2, streamlining your funnel, your lead magnet, the way you get leads, how you qualify them, how you streamline them, implementing that into a customer relationship management tool, which will help you, just track where everyone's at. You can deploy some retargeting strategies, re-engage website visitors. There's so many different options. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is the only step that you have to take. There's hundreds of different steps that you can take depending on what you're going after, and then track your performance indicator like estimates, leads, conversion ratio, what you're going after, and what your ideal outcome is. So why partner with Concrete Two Cities? Targeted campaigns, measurable results, industry experience, market analysis. So those are just a few things. I'm not going to give you a long sales pitch, because if you're ready to jump in, you can. We make it very easy for you to jump in and join us. You'll be meted by I or someone from our team, where we'll be able to help take care of the website, the social media, the in-person estimates, the streamlining, follow-up, the branding. We even do custom content shoots where we have some really cool personal branding for your guys' specific concrete company of what type of value you're looking to bring to the industry. So those are just a few things that we help you with. Again, I covered some of our main key metrics. If you didn't get those, just rewind the video a little bit. Otherwise, jump in, join us. And if you're ready to pour the foundation for your growth. The next steps are something that I already mentioned. You can go on our website. I highly recommend that you watch our in-person estimates program, just because that's what's going to allow us to get people who are ready to meet with you in person and deliver them directly to you through custom marketing, website, social media strategies that we understand here at Concrete Two Cities Works. We've been here for the last 5 years. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook. And if you really want to jump into a little bit more details because you have a few questions on how the program works, by all means, find a way. It's on our website where you can book a strategy call. Otherwise, most people will just go ahead and buy. And then after you buy, you have a link that is sent directly to you that's going to allow you to book a strategy call anyways. So if you want to just lock in your spot at the leads program, and then we can talk about the in-person estimates program, by all means, do that. Now, with that being said, my friends, peace and love. I'm looking forward to hearing from you and those of you who are ready to jump in now. I can't wait to work with you, and we will see you on the next one. All right, peace.